Oh, look at Misty in the background. Misty, you want to be here for the team recap? Meow. Okay, now that the camera's on, you don't want to meow. Okay, guys. All right, guys. All right. The UCL Season 2 draft, I scared Misty. I told y'all, every time I get loud, she gets scared and doesn't want to be around me. I told y'all, this isn't a joke. But the UCL Season 2 draft has just concluded. You may not hear that much enthusiasm from me because I am still reeling from a very traumatic event that happened during the draft. If you guys were there live, you already know what happened. If you weren't there live, you'll find out soon. But before we begin, I want to thank everybody who is coming through and supporting the Gators in UCL Season 2. As you guys remember, in the beginning of the year, after UCL Little Cup season finished, I was contemplating not even returning to UCL this time. But I am here for you guys. You guys wanted to see the Gators take it another go. So I figured for the PK Planet, we're going to make it a reality. So I am here coaching your Philadelphia Alligators, and we're going to be trying to go positive this time in the UCL Season 2. If you guys need any updates regarding the UCL, make sure you guys follow us at UCL Official or on Twitter. I'll make sure to link it in the description below. In case you guys want to support the Gators, when the UCL season begins in 2 weeks' time, July 16th, 2016, is when we will first begin our first match, and we're going up against Leo, coach of the Durham Dredigans. I'm going to be bringing back the Philadelphia Alligators Fight Gators Fight t-shirt, and I'm going to bring it back in hoodie fashion. I know right now I'm wearing my Chandelure shirt. This is another mine I really wanted to represent, so that way I can represent both of my favorite moms from UU tier, but unfortunately Nips did snatch up Chandelure. Hopefully we can work out a trade for him. I'm not trading Gator, but we'll have to see how it goes. But in any case, this right here is a team recap of what we have. And one more thing I want to mention to everybody who may be wondering, PK, your webcam is laggy. Yes, it is laggy. I told you guys when I go in widescreen, it just goes laggy. It cuts down to 15 frames per second. I don't know why it does that. Maybe my webcam is dying. I don't know. But you know what? I'm tired of adding green screen and all that. I just want to record. So just appreciate my voice. I'll be adding on-screen visuals for you guys in case you guys need it. But for the most part, this is just going to be me talking about the team and what I expect from it. So, if you guys were there, this is our team recap. From the OU tier, we have Raiko, Togekiss, and Breloom. From the UU tier, we have Philadelphia Alligator mascot, Alligator coming back. We got fourth in the UU pick. Like, fourth of all, I don't really like the first one, but whenever I want a mon really badly, I want that first pick. We got so lucky. We got 14th in UU, which means I was able to build a pretty decent core and pick a mon that could counter all the main threats that were chosen, such as Joey's Kyurem Black. That's a big threat. So we ended up drafting Raiko for that one. But otherwise, we were able to get that with the 14th pick. And then I got 4th, 2nd, and 3rd. Which, caused a lot of mons to really be late. So unless I really want a mon from a tier, I'd rather go last. That way, I have the better opportunity to build team synergy than to be able to pick one mon, but then have to wait for everybody else to get their picks before I can build a mon or pick a mon that'll go with the one I chose. So that was my real issue when it came to when it came to the drafting. But we did pull for Alligator. That's all I really wanted. Actually, there's 3 mons I really wanted, but I will get to those in due time. For Alligator, Arcanine and Milotic is also chosen, so 2 water types chosen from UU. As you guys can tell, our savior, one of the key players in our team last year, Pillow Pet, will not be returning because he was sniped to be drafted to the Bronx Bearticks, coached by Joey, and that was the special wall I wanted. He paired it with his Reuniclus. When you guys see Joey's team, I'm sure he's going to be uploading a recap of it. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Manaphy, Kyurem Black, Garchomp, Reuniclus, Snorlax, Mega Aggron, Tangrowth, Alamomola, Flygon, Rhydon, Garbodor, Pyroar. You heard correctly. Garbodor is on the Bronx Bearticks. Are you? We ended up pulling out Bronzong, Trevenant, and Scrafty. Those 3 I think are going to be able to do a really good. We have a really strong team, but they're really more optimized for UU than it is for anything. But again, we'll have to see. Or maybe even weak OU, but whatever. And then our last NU mons are Smeargle, Roselia, and Perugly. Roselia was drafted because 2 turns before me, once again, Joey sniped the 3rd mon I really wanted to come back to the Gators, and that was Garbodor. It's a mon that a lot of people were even skeptical of. But I mean, he wanted Garbodor, and unfortunately that really hurt me. I was expecting to not get Snorlax. Snorlax is a great mon. I really was not expecting to lose Garbodor. That one hurt, man. I really wanted Garbodor, but unfortunately we don't get that luxury. Garbodor will be working for the Bearticks, and just remember that we put Garbodor on the map. Garbodor didn't work for us. Man, no mixtape. But in any case, so recap our team: Raikou, Togekiss, Breloom, Feraligatr, Arcanine, Milotic, Bronzong, Trevenant, Scrafty, and Smeargle, Roselia, and Perugly. Those are the mons that we have. So what are we going to do with this team? Well, not sure. I was kind of, see, my issue, like, I had a better idea of what I needed. Like, I made a list about every single role, and I tried to fill it as we go along, while also making sure I filled in the typing. However, I still made a mistake, because while I was filling out roles, and each individual role is filled, I don't have any real team plan. So I didn't realize this until like the beginning of NU, but I really made that mistake. So I will be adjusting myself as we work off with our team, but I do have things I can do. I have 2 Intimidators coming through with Arcanine and Scrafty, which can both be played defensively. I finally have an actual cleric this time, being Togekiss, and now that we drafted Roselia, I believe Roselia gets aromatherapy, which means that we have her as a cleric as well. Put on Eviolite and max out those HP stats as well as we can. Hopefully she can come in, set up spikes or toxic spikes or drop sleep powder, any and all of that, and just hopefully maybe even outshine Garbodor. May not be what we want, but you never know how things can go. So that's the reason why I drafted Roselia, because again, hazards, which is what I really wanted from Garbodor, is to set up spikes and toxic spikes. We do have Sludge Bomb as an option. Leaf Storm is also an option. So we have a special grass type attacker. Sleep Powder, so we have something else besides Breloom. Although all of our grass types are slow, and I didn't really want another grass type. I wanted a pure poison type, because now Roselia has a lot of weaknesses she has to avoid, with ice, with fire, with flying, with... Actually, I think Bug is resistant because poison. Not resistant, neutral because of poison. But still, like, a lot of weaknesses that our team is going to have to work around. I mean, regarding that, though, we do, for the fire weakness, we do have Bronzong. I'm sorry, for fire weakness, we have Milotic and Feraligatr and Arcanine. We do also have Bronzong, who can run Heat Proof, although who really does run Heat Proof. And then we have Perugly running Thick Fat, who can come in on an Ice Beam or anything like that. Roselia also has that weakness to Psychic type, and unfortunately our only Dark type is Scrafty. And normally a lot of Psychic types nowadays are also running Fairy type attacks, so Dazzling Gleam is a threat, and it will most likely one-shot anything that Scrafty will want to do. But Scrafty is going to do well. It's going to do well, because I wanted to draft Scrafty, because at first I wanted to draft who did I want? I wanted Drapion. I wanted Drapion for knockoff and instead of Toxic Spikes. That way, if I didn't get Garbodor, it wouldn't be that much of a loss. Cause I was actually like, if I don't get Drapion, then, I'm sorry, if I do get Drapion and Garbodor, then I will willingly trade off Drapion for something else and be able to get maybe something else that can help the team even more as a good trade fodder. But Drapion was compromised, I believe, by Nappy. So we're going to be going with Scrafty, who can Dragon Dance, who can bulk up, who can Drain Punch, who can Ice Punch, who can Crunch, who can knock off. He has a ×4 resistance to knock off. He has 3 amazing abilities, which is something that's rare for a really good Pokemon, to have 3 abilities that are all fantastic. Intimidate being his hidden ability, Moxie and Shed Skin being his normal abilities. We can use all 3 of them for different reasons. If we want to go Dragon Dance and start sweeping, we can put on that Moxie with Scrafty, or if you want to be that guy we can even choice scarf him. Like, forget the Moxie, forget the Dragon Dance. We can just straight choice scarf him in all 4 attack moves. We can go knock off, drain punch, power up punch, crunch, ice. Well, I think I said ice punch already, but we have a lot of options. So it's gonna high jump kick is also a thing. So we can do that with Scrafty. Trevenant is coming back to the Gators after performing for us rather well for Season 1. I decided to draft him because I didn't have, once again, after I lost Drapion, I'm like, I needed something. I don't have a Ghost type yet. Let me bring on Trevenant. Trevenant is also another grass type, but is a defensive grass type, which is, why, again, I didn't need Roselia, but now we have Roselia, so let's try to see what we can do. But Trevenant being a thing where he can sit up sub. He has Natural Cure and Harvest as abilities. He has Phantom Force, which he is a really strong ghost type attack that actually takes him off the field for 1 turn. That can also be useful, especially if my opponent is switching, because he's so slow. I can on an assumed switch, I can go for Phantom Force, and then they'll most likely go next, and then I'll be able to attack safely with Phantom Force. Which is like, I think it's like 90 base power. Shadow Force is 120 base. That's exclusive to Giratina, but Phantom Force is 90, but it's pretty much the same thing. But Trevenant also has Leech Seed, he has Will-O-Wisp, he has Shadow Claw, he has Horn Leech. He's a mon that is built to stay and annoy your opponent. So I think that Trevenant is going to be a real good pick. Not to mention we have that spin blocker. And speaking of spin blockers, we have several mons that can set up hazards, which is something that we were kind of lacking in Season 1. We had a few things, but it wasn't that really complicated for us. It wasn't really fruitful for us, I should say. It was complicated for us. We didn't have anybody until Bronzong. But then we also brought on Smeargle. The reason why I drafted Smeargle is because I thought I'd be able to get Shuckle, but like how Steelix was drafted to NU when I was going to make him my RU pick instead of Bronzong, Shuckle was brought up to BL, which means that he's out of NU, which means that I just assumed. But in any case, Smeargle will be coming through. He's he's just meant to set up, but I can do literally anything I want with him. So if I can get tricky enough, I can actually put Shell Smash, Baton Pass, White Herb onto my Smeargle, or I can, rather do Focus Sash. I can make sure I live an attack. But it is something I can do. I can put Dark Void on him in case I feel like my opponent is going to be trying to switch in grass types on a potential Spore. I can do Sacred Fire if I really want to get a fire type attack off if I feel like I need it and have a 50% chance to burn. I can use, pretty much it's like the reason why Luke drafted Mew or why Dan drafted Ditto. You have a lot of options you could do with that one mon. And in a draft format, the more versatile a Pokemon can be, the better. I wish I could have drafted Mew so I could have all those moves at my disposal. Well, not all of those moves. I can't do Sacred Fire or Dark Void. But he's a really base 100 great mon that Luke drafted, so fantastic for him. I think that was his first pick as well. If not, definitely a second, but definitely a great mon to grab in the OU tier. But Smeargle, I can also do Stealth Rocks, I can do Spikes, I can do Toxic Spikes, I can do Sticky Web if I feel like my opponent's team is way too fast. And speaking of speed, we're kind of lacking on that. We're kind of lacking on speed, but what we are lacking in speed, we do have a couple of mons. We have Perugly and Raikou, which I believe they both max out the same, or Perugly might actually be faster. Perugly might actually be faster. Or Raikou is fast. I don't know. I think Raikou might be fast. I think it's like 115 base speed. I forget. But in any case, to go back to what I was saying, to get around that, we have a lot of priority on our team. We have if I want to be that guy, we can do Hustle, Bandit, Togekiss, and run extreme speed. Although it's not as useful as it was in 5th gen because of Togekiss losing his normal typing in exchange for fairy typing, which means that extreme speed loses a stab, and it's not something that I really want to rely on, but I do have it as an option. And you never want to count out anything in your Pokemon. Like pretty much, you never want to count out all the strength of your Pokemon. That's what you never want to do. You never want to count out all the strength of your Pokemon. But what is it? So with that said, I'm not going to forget that I can do Hustle Togekiss. It may not be that fruitful, but if I feel that my opponent is preparing for that because of how much of a threat he is, maybe I want to switch it up and go physical instead. Same thing for Gator. I didn't realize this last year, but with a Life Orb, you can actually run Sheer Force boosted special for Alligator. I had that issue last time because a lot of people were bringing Will-O-Wisp and a lot of physical walls against my Gator. So if I feel like that may be too much of an issue, I can just run Ice Beam, Scald, and maybe do sub or something, or protect or something like that, and just have me be a special attacker. That's also an option for my Gator. So versatility is key. That's what really influenced a lot of my my move choices. So going down to that, going by priority, like I said, we do have his E-Speed, Togekiss, we have Mach Punch, Breloom, which is the main reason why I drafted him. Not only does he have Spore, but he's a really strong fighting type attacker that has Technician boosted Life Orb or Choice Banded Mach Punch, which can punch a hole in many Pokemon, at least 50% to the majority of the cast of Pokemon. So he's a really good mon. We also have Drain Punch for him. I think he gets high jump kick. No, he gets Sky Uppercut. He doesn't get high jump kick. But he also gets Seed Bomb. If I want to take advantage of Technician, I can do Bullet Seed, which can help me break through some subs that my opponents may be using. So again, another versatile mon that I can be using with Breloom. For Alligator, going back to that special for Alligator I was just saying, I can also put Aqua Jet on him instead, so that way I can make sure I have a priority water type attack. We have Arcanine, which gives me my priority E-Speed, which is something I would have really loved. I won it from last season, so now we have that +2 extreme speed, hitting hard again, adding Choice Band on it, and we could really work well with Arcanine. Arcanine also being a mon where I can do the defensive route, have Will-O-Wisp on a Morning Sun, intimidate, max SP, max defense, and switch him in on my opponent if I feel like, you know, he might be the best choice, and Bronzong would be more of a liability than an asset. We have Milotic, who doesn't have any priority. Actually, I think that's our last priority mon, besides Smeargle, who can, you know, once again do anything. So if I want to teach him extreme speed, I can do that. But Perugly coming through with Fake Out, and Quick Attack, I believe, and Sucker Punch. So 3 high priority attacks. Now I think Sucker Punch Sucker Punch does not outspeed E-Speed. I think E-Speed might be +3 then, because I know Sucker Punch is +2. So I think E-Speed might be +3. I'm going to check that, just be sure. But I'm pretty sure E-Speed goes through Sucker Punch, which means that Sucker Punch will have to be +2, and then E-Speed would be +3. But in any case, we do have Perugly, so a lot of priority on our team. So if we're almost there to hurting our opponent, we can do that. If I really want to, sorry for stuttering right there, but if I really want to, I can actually make my team play off of hitting first with a whole bunch of priority. I have Togekiss, which means I have Tailwind at my disposal, and I can increase the speed of my entire team. With Bronzong, Roselia, Smeargle, I can set up a lot of hazards, and then I have Trevenant to make sure that those hazards don't go away in case they feel like rapid spinning. If they have Defog, this is gonna be great. If they have Defog, then what is it? Who did I draft? It was somebody else who, Defiant. Perugly, besides Thick Fat, he gets Defiant. So if you use Defog, Defog lowers your accuracy, which means that both Defiant from Perugly and Competitive from Milotic will both be activated, which is something that I really wanted. I was thinking about getting Bisharp for that reason, or Bisharp, however you want to pronounce it. It was funny. Like, I was triggering everybody because I purposely said Nidoking. Because you know how everybody, for whatever reason, likes to point out, like, my pronunciation of many Pokemon? Like, I say Kyogre, but apparently it's Kyogre. Like, little stuff like that. I purposely was just running down a list and just saying a mispronunciation. And when I said Nidoking, everyone lost their mind. I freaking love it. So from now on, I'm going to be saying Nidoking just to piss off those few Poke Grammar Nazis who are out there. So, you know, to the PK Planet, you guys are in the know. You guys know to not get triggered that I'm just messing with everybody else. But to everybody else who wants to nitpick about if I say Umbreon or Yuxi or Kyogre or whatever, oh man, that was going to kill him. That was going to kill him. But in any case... I was talking about Trevenant, yes, being a ghost type, so we can rock out with him. And then Milotic having Dragon Tail, Arcanine having Roar. Actually, we can teach everybody Roar. So that's another thing that's a huge asset for us. We can have Scrafty. I believe Scrafty gets Dragon Tail as well. I'm gonna have to check on that one, but I'm pretty sure he gets Dragon Tail. I'm not like entirely sure, but he just might. But our team is looking good. So one mon that I haven't spoken about yet is Raikou. Why did I draft Raikou? Raikou is a mon that is deceivingly thick. Like, he lives. If you give a slap an assault vest on him, his special attack stat is actually out through the roof, I should say. What is it? He only has one weakness with being ground, so if you teach him Magnet Rise, you can't do that with Assault Vest, but I think he gets Magnet Rise, and if you teach him Magnet Rise, then you can just have... If I want to be that guy, I can Shell Smash Magnet Rise, Baton Pass from Smeargle to Raikou. And from there, I can Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Aura Sphere, Hidden Power Ice, Shadow Ball. I can have so much fun if I want to be that guy. So, like I said, Smeargle is another mod that's going to be a huge asset. Just a utility mod, but it's going to be able to be a huge team support no matter what. No matter what role I feel is best for him in the upcoming battle. What is it? Like I said, I'm just telling you guys different ideas. I'm sure my opponents are watching this as well for things. It's okay, because you never know what I'm going to bring. Smeargle, I'm just naming off all the things that you can do with Smeargle. Like, just as much as they may think that I am bringing the Shell Smash Smeargle, I can also bring the Sacred Fire Smeargle and Aero Blast Smeargle. You guys remember that from the Pokemon Blaze Black Egglocke we did a while back? The Smeargle that had Sacred Fire, Aero Blast, all that and more. Yeah, that thing was wild. So, speaking of which, Pokemon playthrough I'm talking about. You can already anticipate Pokemon Sun and Moon playthrough on this channel. As a matter of fact, let me know in the comment section below, on top of what you guys think about Team Draft, what do you guys want me to play when it comes to it? You want me to play Pokemon Sun? You want me to play Pokemon Moon? I'm leaning more towards Moon, because I like Lunala, like Solgaleo just kind of annoys me. It's like, just being the fact that you're the Sun Pokemon but you're weak to Fire just annoys me. I understand why he's Steel type, doesn't mean I like it. Like, he could have been Fire Steel. Why make him Steel Psychic? That just doesn't make sense. Ah! I hate this. Any case. In any case, what is it? 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 Okay, yeah. So I was talking about Raikou. Raikou just being that one mod who is going to be fast enough, and I picked him specifically because Joey picked Kyurem Black. So that means with Aura Sphere, I'm going to be able to have a super effective attack against them. I might be running choice specs against them just so I can make that a possibility. Although looking at the rest of his team, I might not want to do that, because that also means that, you know, he can just switching his guard. Yo, this man Joey took like a third of my team. He took Garbodor, he took Snorlax, he took Garchomp. I don't like. Didn't I have No, I had Steelers that time. But in any case, hey, you know what that means? If the trainer, the player who won the UCL Season 2 last year took 3 of the mons that I had, that means I must have chose some pretty good mons. I may not have you. Then again, my Outlast season had so many weaknesses. Speaking of which, one thing I'm happy about is that there's no glaring weakness that I don't have checked. Raikou is weak to ground, but we have Togekiss, who is immune to ground with his typing. We have Bronzong, who's immune to ground with his ability. We have Pokemon that resist ground, thanks to Trevenant and Breloom. We have Roselia. Oh, Roselia is actually hurt too, but we have 3 mons that we can switch in on ground. Togekiss is weak to Ice, Electric, and Rock. However, we have Raikou, we have Bronzong, which is why a Steel type is always necessary. For Ice types, we have Perugly with Thick Fast, so he can come in and do something. We have Milotic and Feraligatr, who can come through and help us out. Breloom is weak. Like, you guys understand what I'm saying here. Like, I don't think there's any glaring weakness that we have. There's nothing that we cannot handle, and that's what I really do love about our team comp, is that, well, team composition, I should be saying, for those of you guys who may not know what team comp is. But, you know, fun fact, so if I say team comp in the future, it's comp. If I say comp in the future, comp is short for composition, which is the build-up, team build-up. But yeah, I think our team is really good. We should be able to handle most threats, even the Porygon 2 that David is rocking. He has the Scrafty. He has the Porygon 2, so we have Scrafty that we can just knock off, or Drain Punch, or have Jump Kick, or set up with. I mean, yes, he can Thunder Wave us, but if that's the case, then I'll just rock Shed Skin for that battle, and then, like, even if he Thunder Waves me, I'll just keep poking up until Shed Skin comes through, and then I'll rock out. Or we can just use Rest in Shed Skin, because that's also a thing that we can do. I'm telling you, our team this year is so much better than UCL Season 1, because we have options, we have versatility, we have utility, we have a mon for every instance, and most importantly, we don't have any glaring exploitable weakness. You guys remember last time how so many ice types just blew us back? Nuh-uh. That's not an issue for us this time. We have mons on mons to check that. Same thing for electric. We can deal with that one. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. No. Wait, no. Electric might be an issue. We have Raikou, we have Trevenant, we have Azalea, but we don't have anybody who's immune to it or denies it. So electric might be a little weakness for it. Actually, no. Actually, no. We good. We got it. No. But so we're good. But still, I think we're good. I like this team. Could have been better. Definitely could have been a lot worse. Not the most OP team in the league. If you guys want to see a list of all the teams, I'll just follow the UCL Twitter so that way you guys can just see a list of like everything, or I'll even post a link in the description below that have like an imager of all the teams so you guys can check that all out. But with that all said and done, that concludes the team recap. This is your team for the Philadelphia Alligators in the United Championship League Season 2. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to share show your support. Hashtag fight Gators fight. And a lot of people don't know how to spell Gators, but it's G-A-T-R-S. Like, for alligator doesn't have an E in it, so it's just Gator, G-A-T-R-S. But legit, it's hashtag fight Gators fight. Hashtag UCL S2, which means Season 2. I have nothing else to say. This has been a great little draft for us. I'm looking excited, and again, I am proud and happy to be returning as your coach for the Philadelphia Alligators. Fight, Gators, fight, on the road to victory. Fight, 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 Gators, fight. Get an easy 6-0 sweep. Knock 'em out, crunch 'em all, show 'em how we Gators ball go on and fight. Gators, fight, on the road to victory. G-G-A-T-R-S, Gators! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! And with that all said and done, that's my time with you all today. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay hot, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.